Hello, you guys. Welcome back to Calling the Shots with Kiki
and Sarah.
Guys, the fact that we're even recording this podcast right now,
It's been quite the journey to get here.
like, oh my gosh. First of all, usually Sarah and I are like a little more prepared before we meet up.
Yeah.
But we met up and prepped today for this episode.
Yeah.
Which, for this episode, we're going to be doing craziest sports
Endings.
like game endings. And game endings specifically. We could do so many episodes on this, and if you guys like it, maybe we'll bring it back. But so we got together, talked about ours.
Takes a little more research than some of our other topics.
Yeah. So we wanted to make sure we had everything prepped for you.
Yeah.
But while we were doing that,
Literally, right as we finish up and we're about to come down to do the podcast, the power goes out. And we're like,
what? First of all,
what?
What?
Why? It's not raining outside, mind you.
I don't know. Like, the weather's not a problem.
Maybe someone hit a pole somewhere. I have no idea, but so random. And of course, just our luck.
How are you supposed to podcast when the power goes out?
Well, here we are, if you're wondering.
The power is still out, by the way.
Yeah, the power's still out. We just are powering lights and things from our computers.
Yeah, so I'm sitting talking to Sarah, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, technically our mics go into our computers, so, like, we can record.
Yeah. But video was going to be a different situation, because, like,
this room is dark.
It's in the basement, so it's a little dark in here. And so we're like, well, video's going to look interesting, because it's going to be
pitch black.
Because how are we going to power our lights?
But if you're watching on YouTube, you know that we are not in the dark.
Yeah, we can see each other. You can see us, because Kiki's a genius and a problem solver.
Because I feel like the truth is I just mess up in life that I need workarounds all the time. This one wasn't my fault, obviously, but I was like, wait a minute. Two of my lights, like ring lights, because we have ring lights in here.
Yeah.
2 of mine are powered by USB. Could we, like, get a converter and put that
into our computers.
Our
laptops that we record on.
And we did.
And it worked. So here we are.
And
we might be a little darker than usual in here, but that's why.
Honestly, I'm really proud of us.
Yeah. We figured it out pretty quick.
And we're really lucky because rarely are all my devices charged enough.
Yes.
That being said,
we are lucky that I was charging my computer while we were prepping.
Yeah. And, like, also, I have 2 phones for the podcast. One of them's an old phone I need to sell, but it works because I, like, use one for video and then one, like, for notes.
Yeah.
And rarely are both those charged. Rarely are both of my laptops charged. I do have so many devices, but I have 2 laptops, one for work.
Yeah.
So one of them is just powering a light. But I'm literally like, okay, we really got to pace ourselves today, guys, because can't let my laptop die.
Yeah. We're running on basically Kiki's laptop.
Basically.
So, that being said, really quick, how are you doing? How's life?
I mean, besides this, great. I really do hope the power goes back on, and I'm going to try not to think about it a bunch, because I'm like, my phone, I realize and I told you this, I don't have a car charger.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's fine. Life is good besides that. Just so hectic. It's one of those weeks where it's like a Saturday game, Wednesday game, Saturday game.
Yeah.
So I'm just powering through. But I'm super excited because we have our Hispanic Heritage Night on Saturday, which is my birthday, by the way. So I'm like,
Kiki!
So I'm like so excited. I feel like that'll be a fun game to work on my birthday.
Yeah.
So I'm very proud of my Argentine Hispanic heritage. So it'll be fun to work, I think.
I know. That would be so exciting. And you have a lot of Hispanic players.
Yeah.
So it's
like
going to be
our team in one sense or the other has like 47% Hispanic heritage. So
crazy. So that's going to be so fun.
It'll be so fun. I'm super excited for that. And yeah.
Oh my gosh. I've never been to RSL games. So
oh, Sarah.
I need to go.
I can get you when you want to go. When you have a free when you have like a free week, like Saturday night or Wednesday night, let me know and we'll get you a couple tickets.
Yeah, because I need to go. Me and my fiance have talked about going to a game.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I can get you guys 2 tickets really.
Okay.
Not tough.
Okay, because I really do want to go, because Soccer games are so fun in person.
And you love soccer. You're a soccer girly.
I am a soccer girly, so I need to make it happen. So I will hit you up.
Yeah,
my life is also super hectic. I've realized I haven't had a day off in I don't know how long.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Don't even think about it.
I've been working a lot, and Sunday is my first day off, and I would have to look at a calendar, but it's been a minute.
Yeah.
And I think I've had like 1 day off in like 3 weeks.
I know. I was like,
So-
I've definitely gone through that grind, and I'm like, I need to not do that. I need to figure something out.
I need to like pace myself. It's just like with football coming back, it's just been so hectic. I went to the Utah game.
Right. How was the Utah game?
It was super fun. The like communication staff is like so friendly.
Oh, love that.
And it was fun. I had never been to a Utah game, and I got to watch it from the press box, which is just like the best view. And they have food.
I was gonna say, do they have food?
Yeah, it was super nice and like a lot less stress. I had really fun at our games, but just a lot less stressful because I literally was just there to
like get
help
sound,
out,
right?
and then get the post game sound, like record it.
So that's nice.
So like I wasn't doing anything crazy, so it was fun to just like sit and enjoy a game and not have to be in the heat. But like, I mean, it was Weber State, so it wasn't like a crazy game, but it was fun.
Maybe you'll get to work another one.
Yeah, and that's their plan is to like have me working, like going to more games to like get sound for things.
That's
and
so fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun,
especially because apparently Utah tickets are really expensive.
Yeah,
like I didn't realize this because my boyfriend's a huge Utah fan, and he's always been like, I want like, would you go to a game with me? And I was like, yeah, like I'd go to a game. Like I love football. I'm not gonna wear anything Utah, but I'll go.
Same.
Right? We have the same. No, literally. And I was talking to Tim about it again, and he was like, tickets are literally so expensive. I don't know if it would like it's worth it. So we'll see if I actually go to one because I'm not trying to drop a ton of money or make him drop a ton of money.
Very true. Very true. Maybe if it's like a crazy, I don't know, maybe if they have some big matchup in Utah, it'd be worth it. But
I know it's got to be, but those like ones are going to be so expensive.
That's true. That's true. We need to find a plug.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Exactly.
So, anyways, but yeah, other than that, life's just been crazy busy. I sent out wedding invitations today.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's just everything. I can't believe it's coming up so quick. So, yeah.
I know. You sent it. I'm like, oh my gosh, you literally handed me mine.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
I literally.
Cute picture of you guys, little purple on it. Yeah. It's very pretty.
Canva,
I made
it myself. Well, I didn't make. I found a template that I liked and I tweaked it.
Love that.
Because I was like, I don't want to like pay an arm and a leg to get someone to do this.
For sure.
And it might take a while, whereas like I know what I want and I don't have to explain it to anyone. And like I'm savvy enough with
100%.
Photoshop or even Canva's just so nice because it's just all there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I literally just found one, tweaked it a little, changed colors, added like a flower that I liked.
I like the flower on it.
Yeah. So yeah.
Exciting.
Kind of fun.
That's what's up with us.
Yeah.
What's up in the sports world?
Start off. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't been keeping up with the WNBA. There's just so much going on.
I need to.
And I need to as well.
Guys, again, it's hard when you work in sports. And I need to get my feed more on WNBA because that's how I get a lot of like college football, stuff like that. Because, anyways.
Yeah.
But
the WNBA playoffs are going on right now. And
yes. There's a game going as we speak.
There's a game going currently between the New York Liberty and the Washington Mystics. And it's game 2 of their series. And just from what I've seen, there's a lot of talk surrounding this matchup and this series because there's 3 MVPs playing in the series.
Epic.
And there's been like a little bit of like drama and trash talk between players.
I love.
And things like that. But again, I can't really say much more than that. But it's happening. I need to tune in. If you have time to tune in, I might even just catch the highlights because like
straight up, yeah, if necessary,
yeah,
you know. So, but we do love that that's happening, and we just have to mention that is happening, and that matters.
Yep.
Yeah. Speaking of things curating on my feed,
oh my gosh,
Colorado.
Yes.
Colorado is on my feed like no other.
University of Colorado.
Yeah, University of Colorado.
Football, to be
Football.
specific.
College football, University of Colorado college football, Deion Sanders, all of it. Like,
Yes.
literally yesterday we were counting and it was like, okay, let's see how many videos
Mhm.
on my TikToker of this. And I kid you not, it was like average every 3 videos on my TikTok.
Gosh. Yeah.
But there's a reason there's a lot of talk
Yeah.
about them right now.
Yeah, and literally there's this thing, it's become like a term for it has been coined, the prime effect. I don't know if you've heard that.
Mm-hmm.
But the prime effect is in full swing. Deion Sanders, also known as Primetime, Coach Prime, he's like the coolest and the most popular college football coach.
Of
I would
course he
say,
is, because this is
which is crazy.
it's who he is. Have you heard the TikTok sound? That's like, who are you? Like, have you heard this one?
Yes.
He's like, what about me makes you think that I care about your opinion of me?
Yeah.
Your opinion of me. I like listen to that and I'm like, oh,
I saw the original
press
press
conference. Same.
conference, but I haven't seen it used as a sound, but that's funny.
Oh my gosh, Sarah.
I need yeah.
I have it literally saved because here's the
Send
thing.
it to me.
I'm
and we will post it.
I'm like, I just want to play this for you because
Is there
I
like
just liked
dramatic
it.
music
They
behind it?
put music with it,
Yeah.
and I literally,
Feel like you can run through a brick wall.
yeah, I'm gonna try and load it while we tell everything else
Yes.
going on. But again, we don't have Wi-Fi, and my
So
service isn't.
Things
that
are
great down
struggling
here.
right now. It's okay.
It's so good. People are like, this is my daily affirmations.
Yeah.
Anyways,
But back to Colorado. They played in-state rival Colorado State. There was a lot of drama before this game with like the Colorado State head coach calling out Deion Sanders, being like, when I respect people and I sit down with people, I take off my hat and glasses.
which by the way, Coach Prime has his own sunglass company.
Yeah,
That's
it's
why
like
he
his
wears them.
Signature look is the reflective big sunglasses, and he usually is wearing a hat. It's mostly a cowboy hat, but sometimes another hat.
Yeah.
But anyways, so there is like drama before this game even started between the teams. Like before, like during pregame warmups, there was like fights and trash talk already going on.
If there's anything you need to know about this Colorado team, it's personal, and
Yeah.
it's always personal.
It's always, well, here's the thing. This game, I don't think the reason it became so personal is because of the Colorado State head coach.
But 100%.
You know?
But I do feel like
people
are talking about them because
Yes.
they push them to like say something, and
Yeah.
that like is a motivating
Yeah.
factor for Colorado.
Yeah.
Literally, Primetime got sunglasses for his entire team, and their sales shot up a
in
bunch. Of course,
response to the head coach.
the head coach saying like, out of respect, you take your sunglasses
Yeah.
off. It was crazy.
Yeah. And then on top of that, so many celebrities came to this game, and like, no offense to Colorado State, they had a losing record going into this. They're not known to be this crazy
You're talking about
team.
Colorado or Colorado State? Colorado State.
Sorry. Colorado State came into this game with a losing record.
This game. Okay.
Yes. And like, they're not
Because Colorado wasn't good last year either.
Yeah, no. So
But-
far this season, they've lost both their games. And so it was just like, yeah, it's an in-state rivalry, but it wasn't like some crazy big matchup.
There's a
you know?
reason they're there, and it's
Because
the
of
Prime
Colorado.
effect.
Yeah,
It's
it's
the
literally
Prime
because of
effect.
Coach Prime. So, like, The Rock was like there for. So first of all, ESPN Game Day was there.
yeah.
And so The Rock showed up for that. The Rock was in the locker room. Like,
The way I was watching like speeches from Coach Prime in the
Yeah.
locker room, and then halfway through, I was like, "Oh my gosh, The Rock is in the background."
yeah,
I
they're
was like,
just casually.
whoa, and he's just
And,
nodding
like,
his head.
Offset was there during pregame. They walked out with Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne was literally
Like you do for
Rapping.
like a boxing match.
yes. He like usually there will be a song as a team goes out, their fight song, whatever song is like their team song or whatever. Literally, Lil Wayne was rapping for them,
Crazy.
and they're just standing next to what?
All of that.
You
You have
and-
not seen this before.
Yeah. Keep in mind, you guys, you know what? I do wonder if this is, okay, side note, actually. This feels like USC peak USC.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Like, super,
People have compared this team, but honestly, they're almost, at the rate at which they're going, they might be more than that.
It's different because I'm trying to remember what years that USC team was, but social media now, it's different. Yeah. Like, it makes it
and
so
also
well known.
What's different is, like, USC's in California, like, where most of those stars reside.
So true.
The fact that this is Boulder, Colorado.
And you're getting people to come.
And you're getting The Rock and Offset and Lil Wayne there is crazy.
And, guys, the game itself was really good.
Yeah, it was back and forth, which, on another note, might be concerning for Colorado.
100%. But, like we said, they weren't good.
It's Colorado State.
I think Colorado State came in with everything they had.
Yeah.
I do think, okay, two things. First of all, Colorado won, by the way.
Yes.
Colorado won the game, double overtime. That being said, they got to get checked at some point.
Yeah. And here's the thing. It probably also went to double overtime because of the fact that, like, Travis Hunter, one of their star players who plays on both sides of the ball, we mentioned him before, got injured because of a cheap shot taken by one of the players.
One of the Colorado State players. So many Colorados.
It was such a late... It was like a late hit, basically, that he took to the chest.
Yeah, and in football, like, you can't just run and hit guys if the play is clearly, like, dead or anything.
Yeah, the ball went way out of bounds and then delayed. This man just ran over Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
And
it was bad.
Throughout the whole game, there was, like, a lot of trash talk, cheap shots. There's, like, a video of Shedeur Sanders literally trying to poke, like, one of the Colorado State players' eyes through his mask.
Through his face mask.
And, like, just crazy stuff like that happening. Where it's, like, so many flags in that game. It was wild. And, like, so much happening. Travis Hunter ended up being taken to the hospital. He suffered a lacerated liver. And is going to be out for 3 weeks. And this caused even more drama. Buffalo, Colorado's their mascot's the Buffalo. Buffalo fans need to chill out just a little bit.
And I'm assuming it's Buffalo fans that did this. We don't for sure know. Maybe it's just psycho people looking to be psycho. But basically, the player that hit him, had the unnecessary hit.
Henry Blackburn is his name.
Okay. He started receiving death threats.
Literally, there was, like, petitions going around. People were trying to get this man to be, like, permanently, like, suspended from football. Like, can't play ever again at the college level or at the professional level.
Honestly,
like, they were out for blood.
Here's my take. Where's that energy when someone is, like, domestically violent? Where's that? I'm sorry, but don't. I'm not gonna get all the way into that. I'm really not. But, like, you guys are really gonna, I'm not saying death threats are ever okay, but I'm like, for a hit like this, you're being so dramatic. Like,
he's not.
People worship players that do so much worse things than take a really bad late hit. And it wasn't good. It was not good.
But he's alive. He's gonna survive. He's gonna heal.
And at the end of the day, he's a kid. He
made a dumb mistake in the heat of the moment. Does he regret it? Probably. I haven't seen anything, but, like, that doesn't mean let's ruin his life.
He's probably trying to stay silent.
Yeah. And even Deion Sanders came out after all of this drama and said, Henry Blackburn is a good player who played a phenomenal game. This is still a young man trying to make it in life. He does not deserve death threats over a game.
Yeah.
Which is 100%
true. Like, no. Like, not okay. Death threats aren't, first of all, never okay. Not our business. Even when I say, like, where's energy? I mean, like, you hate someone that much for death threats, that's not okay.
Yeah.
So I think just, like, I think the way Deion Sanders put it was perfect.
I think so, too. But anyways, that's
that was just, we could go on all day about that.
We really could go on all day about
that. But that
Colorado.
is the latest with them. And, yeah.
Crazy.
So crazy.
Do we want to just get into?
We'll give you guys, like, a max 2-minute update because there's not really an update, but the rumors are still flying about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. It's been brought up on the podcast. Like, Jason Kelce's been like, oh, what do you think Taylor Swift thinks of your mustache? Or like, and he's like,
he was even asked about it in like a post-game interview.
Yep.
Jason Kelce was. And an announcer during so Travis Kelce's back playing because he was injured. And during
we don't even care about that as much as like,
but like during his touchdown in his game, literally the announcer like made a reference to a lyric.
He said, and Travis Kelce finds a blank space. I was watching it live, and I literally was like, he did not just say that. And then later, I was watching TikTok with my boyfriend, and there was like a TikTok explaining it.
Yeah.
And he was like, no way. I was like, did you not hear me say that? And he was like, I did not know that's what that reference was.
Blank Space is a song sung by Taylor Swift. So you guys didn't know.
It was really funny, and the fact that he hasn't denied it does make me think they're hanging out.
There's something going on.
Or like DMing or I don't know. I feel like there's been some contact.
Yeah.
And I'm just waiting for updates.
Yeah, I need to know. We'll keep you posted as we know.
We will. And also, because Sarah, I don't have Wi-Fi.
It didn't update?
No, my dock's not loading. So you just might have to pass me your phone.
Okay. Yeah, that works. We'll make it work.
Because for this next part, we have we have stories, and we try to make sure that they're like curated and digestible for everyone. Yes. So, I'm gonna need that.
Yeah, I will. I'll pass it along to you.
Thanks.
But we're gonna get into our wildest game endings. We just found a few that we found interesting, and we're going to start with Japan winning the Women's World Cup in 2011. So Japan was a major underdog going into this tournament, but ended up upsetting Germany in the quarterfinals, beating Sweden in the semis, and then ended up taking on the U.S. in the final match. And it came down to a penalty shootout following a 2-2 draw that ended up like they literally drew and had to go into overtime, still tied. So then they went to a penalty shootout, and U.S. missed their first 3 penalty kicks.
That's so crazy. What year was this again? 2011?
2011. So like U.S. is still upcoming, but like they were the favorite for sure. Like Japan was not expected to make it this far.
It's also crazy to ever miss 3 penalties.
Yeah. So that gave obviously Japan the advantage. They ended up winning and becoming the first Asian team to win a senior FIFA World Cup.
That's amazing for them.
What a run.
And also so crazy. Guys, if you've ever been invested in a soccer game ever and you've watched it go into penalties.
The stress. So stress-inducing.
It's so crazy. Like, I like can feel it. Like I can feel
the anxiety and like, yeah, it's hard to watch sometimes.
So to get to that point where it's penalties, but the World Cup is on the line and you weren't even like supposed to be there.
Yeah. Crazy.
That's crazy.
So good for Japan.
Good for Japan.
I'm gonna pass me your phone.
Thank you. Okay, this one is we're going to basketball now and highlighting the Raptors, taking it back to 2019, okay? Again, this is the Raptors. Late in Game 7 of their second round series against the Philadelphia 76ers, the score was tied at 90-90, and the Raptors put the ball in Kawhi Leonard's hands. He tried to turn the corner on Ben Simmons, but wasn't able to and had to angle his drive to the corner. There he launched a fadeaway jumper high into the air over the outstretched arm of Joel Embiid. It looked like it had no chance of going in, but somehow it bounced first on one side of the rim, then went straight up in the air, hit that side of the rim again, then rattled twice off the other side of the rim before falling through the hoop. The ball was hanging on the rim for so long that Leonard was crouching down in the corner waiting to see whether it would go down. And when it finally fell through, even the famously stoic Kawhi Leonard let out some emotion.
Yeah.
Leonard's buzzer beater was also the first Game 7 buzzer beater in NBA history. That sent the Raptors to the Eastern Conference Finals, and ultimately they won the NBA championship that year.
Crazy.
It was over my Golden State Warriors, so I'm a little sad about it.
But that moment, I wasn't a huge NBA person, but I remember seeing that picture. So someone photographed the picture of him in the corner on the court with like him reacting and everyone around him reacting. And it's just like that moment captured is like seared into my memory.
No, for
like
put it in the loo.
It's crazy.
It is truly like I can picture it exactly. The way he's crouched down.
Yeah.
Photographers had so much time to take that photo. Like it really was so crazy. And then afterwards, everyone just erupted. And it's crazy to think how much that could have changed the trajectory of something if that ball did not go in.
Yeah.
That's one, like, we'll post that photo. We'll post it.
It's just like, yeah.
It's pretty iconic.
You said Kawhi, and I immediately knew what you meant when you said it. Because I was like, I don't even remember who they were playing against, what the context was.
What team was even on?
But you say Kawhi, and that's the first thing that came to my head was that picture.
And a lot of these stories, guys, we could do a million of these, but these are the ones that, like, I feel like you and I immediately thought of.
Yeah.
So.
For sure.
Take that for what it's worth. Like I said, we could do
so many
episodes on this. That's why sports is so fun.
Yeah.
What you got next?
Next one, we're going to another soccer one. UCLA women's soccer won the 2022 national championship. I worked this game and it was wild. So
yeah, this one's so fun. And we mentioned this months ago.
Yeah.
But welcome back.
Yeah, we mentioned it in our awards episode. They won Best Comeback.
Yeah, we mentioned our awards episode, and then when it happened, Kira and I mentioned it.
Yeah.
So
it's a big one.
It's a big one.
Yeah. So a comeback story, a career-defining goal, tears flowing on both sidelines, and a euphoric release as the clock struck 0. The 2022 Women's College Cup Final was an all-time classic in every sense of the word. The Bruins' 6th appearance in the national championship game was a tale of overcoming adversity as UCLA, despite outshooting North Carolina, who they were in the matchup against in the final, despite outshooting them 20-13, found themselves down 2-0 late in the second half. The number 1 seed was able to rally back, scoring 2 goals in the final. 10 minutes of regulation, including a game-tying goal with 16 seconds left on the clock to force extra time. That moment was crazy. Like
just them forcing extra
time. Like the fact that they were able to come back from 2-0 deficit.
They say 2-0 is the most dangerous lead in soccer,
it's true.
Guys. And there's a reason they say that.
After a scoreless 10 minutes of overtime, UCLA netted a go-ahead goal in the 107th minute to secure the national championship title. The Bruins' 3-2 feat is the first time in NCAA championship history that a program has come back from a 2-goal deficit to win the title. Crazy.
Epic.
And like that tying goal came off of like a header, and it was like the drama. Like I remember it was like their last chance, and it was a corner. It was crazy. And oh my gosh.
And sometimes corners have, like in soccer, corner is when you literally kick the ball from the corner and you're trying to get it into the goal.
Yeah.
Sometimes corners I feel like have so much build up, but then like nothing happens. But it was like that's like a do or die moment.
Yeah, it was literally make or break for them.
Yeah.
It was wild.
And it was make because it's just crazy because literally like UNC thought they were winning at the time.
Yeah. They were ready to celebrate, basically.
100%.
And that was probably part of the downfall. But
yeah.
Shout out to UCLA women's soccer because
killed it.
What a wild comeback.
Yeah, that was literally just so much fun. Okay, we're going to the NFL now. And this is like so just drama in its finest.
Yeah.
And people will remember this if you were watching, and if not, I just feel like this is a piece of history that everybody needs to know. If you just got into football, you got to know this. Yeah. So taking back to February 1st, 2015 for Super Bowl 49. It's Patriots Seahawks, okay? Quite possibly is the most underappreciated Super Bowl. Tom Brady's 2 fourth-quarter touchdown passes gave the Patriots a 4-point lead. Russell Wilson with the Seahawks kept the defending champions alive with a head-scratching 33-yard completion that initially looked like an incompleted pass. But then Seahawks coach Pete Carroll made an equally head-scratching play call by electing to throw the ball from the 1-yard line instead of handing the ball off to Marshawn Lynch. Seattle fans are still mourning that decision as Wilson's pass was picked off by Malcolm Butler with 26 seconds left. The pick sealed the Patriots' first Super Bowl win in a decade. This, like, when I say this is iconic, I was scrolling through my TikTok, 2 weeks ago, and it was Pete Carroll talking about his decision.
Oh, my gosh.
To
throw.
To pass the ball at the 1-yard line instead of throw. Guys,
throw the ball instead of pass.
Yes, sorry.
Yes.
Not throw the ball instead of pass it. Throwing and passing are the same thing. Instead of running.
Instead of running.
Yes.
I was like, something was wrong with that statement.
Wrong, and we don't know. Yeah, literally, he was talking about why they decided to pass it instead of run it, and he's talking to one of the former teammate, players on the Seahawks.
Yeah.
And he was like, I just knew, I was just going to have to take that. He's like, and you guys were so mad at me. And this player was like, he's like so serious. He's like, we were hurt. We were hurt that you made that decision.
Yeah.
And it was just, it's just so dramatic.
That's gut-wrenching.
It's gut-wrenching. And
yeah.
Running had been working, but I think they were just
trying to surprise him.
They were trying to surprise him. They were like, they're expecting us to run it.
Let's throw it.
Throw it. And it did not work. And it literally cost them the Super Bowl. That's the crazy part of sports.
Yikes.
There's a very iconic clip of Tom Brady celebrating when he sees it too. So,
and it's crazy because there's all these moments that obviously lead up to that point, but the fact that it rides on that one decision is crazy, and that happens so often.
So often.
Speaking of, our next one.
Oh yes,
has been.
This is another iconic one.
The kick six. I remember watching this and physically getting out of my seat and being in shock.
No one could
what was happening.
Not a single person watching this game stayed in their seat.
Yeah. And I'm not even a fan of these two teams, but it's crazy. So it's called the kick six. It was the final play of the Iron Bowl college football game on November 30th of 2013.
Do you want to explain what the Iron Bowl is?
The Iron Bowl. So in college football, at the end of the year, it's bowl game season. So depending on wins and losses and everything, you end up going to a bowl game, and that determines whether you make it. That can determine whether you make it to a championship game or the national championship game.
And the Iron Bowl is there's different tiers of bowl games to be in. Mm-hmm. Iron Bowl is a good one.
Yeah. It's one of the top ones. You're one of the best teams in the nation if you're in the Iron Bowl.
Yep.
Okay. So it was taking place in Auburn, Alabama. The game featured number 1 ranked, undefeated, and 2-time defending national champion, Alabama. And they were a 10-point favorite over number 4 ranked Auburn.
Alabama, man.
Big rivalry.
Yes.
So the fact that this was happening in a bowl game in the Iron Bowl, crazy. The game had a significant postseason implications, as I mentioned before, winning or losing can determine if you go to a championship game. Well, this one, with the fact they are both ranked in the top 5, meant a win or loss could determine whether you got a berth to the SEC championship game and potentially the national championship game. After falling behind in the second quarter and again in the fourth, Auburn rallied to tie the game 28-28 with 32 seconds remaining. Alabama quickly moved the ball to the Auburn 38-yard line, where they lined up for a potential game-winning 57-yard field goal. Crazy, okay? This is, like I said, 32 seconds remaining, okay? Auburn's Chris Davis positioned himself near the goal line, ready to catch the ball in front of the goalpost. So he's positioned literally in the end zone, right in front of the goalpost, waiting to see if this field goal goes in or not. And the kick ended up being short, allowing Davis to run the ball from end zone to end zone, scoring the winning touchdown for Auburn on the last play of the game. I get chills.
I can
just
hear
thinking about it. Yeah, I can literally hear it. It was insane. He had to run through both, like, the entire team's 100 yards, like, crazy to score this game-winning.
And the commentators, like,
can't even believe it.
Auburn's gonna win the football game.
Yeah,
It's so epic. It literally, like, is... Go look up this play if you haven't seen it. We'll post it, so go follow us so you can go look at it. But
this game bothers me too.
Well, I do feel like really quick we do need to clarify, because when we were talking about the Iron Bowl, that's not what the Iron Bowl is. Not a bowl game. The Iron Bowl is just the rivalry game between Alabama and Auburn.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So when you said that, I was like, oh, I thought it was something else, and then I was like,
no, you were
I need to go check.
I was wrong.
No, you're fine. There's a lot. It says bowl in it, so it sounds like a bowl game.
No, it's
but like different rivalries deem their rivalry a certain like name.
Yeah,
and that is what the name is for Auburn, Alabama. That's how big this game is.
Yeah, it literally has its own name.
Yes,
that's how big this rivalry is.
Yes.
Honestly,
yes,
and the fact that that's how they won it is crazy. And Auburn ended up winning the SEC championship game and then going on to play in the national championship game where they lost to Florida State. Here's my problem.
Here we go.
I'm a big SEC fan. I'm a Florida Gator fan, as I've mentioned, and then next I'm an SEC fan. So if an SEC team is winning, I'm happy about it. You never know what's going to happen, but I truly believe if Bama would have won that game, they could have beaten FSU. And that's my problem with teams who upset. Not anymore. Bama's on a downfall. But at the time...
For Bama.
They're not playing as well as they used to. But at the time, they were dominating. And, like, if you're going to beat Bama, in my head, you have to win the national championship. You have to.
Yeah,
and
you
that
do.
Was
but
my problem.
I'm the type of person
so mad.
I would rather them win that game in that fashion because it was the most iconic thing.
Very true. And this is me being salty after the fact. In the moment, it was crazy to watch, but I was so mad when they went on to play FSU. And going into that game, I remember being like, they're not going to win this. But Bama could have. And I was so mad because I don't like FSU.
But Bama doesn't deserve to be there if they can't beat Auburn.
Oh, yeah. I know. This is true. But in me being petty as like a 13-year-old or
little Sarah
14-year-old, I was ticked off. And like this, when we talked about doing this was the first game that came to my mind. And
it's the first game that came to my mind too. And I think
bothers me.
I think this is the first game that will come
to most people's
minds. Rightfully so.
Wild.
Yeah, it was super wild. I'm so excited to post some of these for you guys.
I know. I can't wait for you guys to see it.
Because they're so good.
Yeah. Wow.
Those are our stories.
Yeah, those are our stories.
Crazy,
the amount of times I got goosebumps during just like talking about those was crazy. Love it. And that's why I love sports.
Same.
Another reason.
Just another reason.
Yeah. And speaking of our women's segment, which we also love. We want to give a shout out to, because I keep seeing her everywhere. And I've sent her to you like multiple times, I think. Because I love her so much.
Every single time I go and like the post.
But Colorado superfan, Peggy Copham. She is like the cutest little grandma you can imagine. And she has been a fan of the Colorado Buffaloes, as we talked about before, for so long.
Much longer than all this hype has been going on, you guys.
And honestly, since probably longer than we've been alive. Let's be real.
Yeah.
But
she is very much a grandma.
She has been seen so many times with Deion Sanders, and their relationship is just so cute to me. Like, she is so excited that Deion has come to this program and has been able to turn it around, and like has been seen dancing with him, and like he always goes up and like gives her a hug, and like it's just the cutest thing. And like seeing her happy that her team's winning makes me so happy. It makes me
so happy. She's the cutest little grandma.
Yeah, we will post her as well because they did like a whole feature on her and her story, and it's just so cool. It's so cool. And like wasn't one of her quotes like, "I'm tired of being
a good loser.
It's fun to be a good winner."
And I was like, go off.
Yeah,
she's so cool. And that's like a different type of little women's end segment, but we had to give her a shout out.
Shout out to Peggy.
Peggy,
we love you.
We love you.
And we're rooting for you, and honestly.
Really quick, I'm so sorry to bring it back to this. I swear this isn't the only thing on my mind. That did remind me of Donna, which is the Kelsey mom. Mama Kelsey. I saw a comment that said, someone was like, I don't see Taylor Swift and Travis together. And they're like, do you know who I do see getting along? Mama Kelsey and Taylor Swift. And I so
funny.
see that.
Yeah,
so I just also needed to put that out there because I couldn't forget. So I'm so sorry.
No,
I'm
that's
done now.
so funny. And honestly, like, all the more reason to love Travis and Taylor together.
100%.
Because Donna and Taylor together would be so fun.
Yeah, for that. Anyways, we're going to end it there. This was, I love it. We haven't done a story episode in like a while, I feel like.
It's been a minute.
It was really good. So I hope you guys enjoyed as much as we did. And if you did, we'll do it again. So let us know. You're our shot callers, and we super value like all of your opinions.
Yes,
truthfully.
100%.
And we just have fun chatting and hope you enjoy it too. And if you do, you can go follow us on Instagram. You can like and subscribe and do all the things.
Yeah.
That's it though from Calling. Who says calling?
You do. But you looked at me and paused.
I did say calling. I did. You know what? I'm glad you would step in for me if
I was ready because there was one time that I was not ready.
The one time you weren't ready and I called you out.
It's okay.
Okay. We're from Calling
the
Shots. And we'll get better at that, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.
Bye, guys.